Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 241.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. Today we're going to talk about, is Johnny Depp going bankrupt? And you're going to learn how being foolish with money can catch up with you no matter how much money you have. But before we get started, I want to let you know about another awesome podcast called Profit Boss Radio. Profit Boss Radio is hosted by MBA and certified financial planner Hillary Hendershot. She highlights inspiring women who have created success in their financial and professional lives. Each week, you can tune in and hear how women have paved the road to sustained success with both beliefs and actions. Check it out at profitbossradio.com. Well, I wanted to read to you this article in The Sun, which is a newspaper in the United Kingdom. And in this article, it talks about Johnny Depp and the problem that Johnny Depp is encountering with his spending. It's quite embarrassing for him and something we'll probably be hearing more about. But the headline says, Johnny Debt, and it says, Johnny Depp's £300 million fortune is running out as he spends £1.6 million every month on his 14 homes and 150-foot yacht, and even paid $3 million to blast Hunter S. Thompson's ashes out of a cannon. Here we go. It says, the megastar has bought 14 homes since 2000, including a 45-acre French castle, a chain of islands in the Bahamas, and a horse farm. One Venetian palace, one entire French village, a chain of islands, and £23,000 a month on wine. Johnny Depp's lust for spending would put a gold-hungry pirate to shame. The Pirates of the Caribbean actor even splashed out a £2.4 million fortune to blast the ashes of author Hunter S. Thompson out of a cannon, court papers claim. And it has a beautiful picture of his entire French village that he owns here, which he bought in 2001. Now he is accused of bringing himself to the brink of financial ruin with an, quote, ultra-extravagant lifestyle, end quote, that far outstripped his eye-watering earnings. Explosive documents filed in the Los Angeles Supreme Court on Tuesday claim he blows £1.6 million a month on living expenses, including £159,000 a month on private planes because he refused to fly by any other means. Today, a pound is close to $1. So when I say pound, you can assume that it's about $1, although historically the pound has been about 50% more than the dollar. It goes on to say, then there is the £238,000 a month on wages for his 40-strong staff and another £119,000 a month for a security team. The scale of the 53-year-old's allegedly uncontrolled spending emerged as part of a bitter court battle with former financial managers. He accused his former advisors of defrauding him of millions, taking out loans without his approval, and hiding his financial problems from him. Furious at his claim, which follows his recent bitter battle with ex-wife Amber Heard, they now have countersued, filing documents that accuse the actor of being fully responsible for any financial turmoil. So here he's suing his financial advisors, and they're suing him back and saying it's all his fault, not theirs. They add, he has refused to live within his means despite repeated warnings about his financial condition. The lawsuit claims Depp still owes the management company £3.3 million, and the documents present a fascinating insight into the secret life of the big spender who Forbes magazine claimed earned £38 million last year alone. He was once estimated to be worth £300 million. filed by his business partners Joel and Robert Mandel, who own the management group known as TMG. They list alleged splurges as well as his astonishing monthly outings. These one-off spends include the £10 million plus he is alleged to have doled out on family and friends over the years. One example is £3.2 million to fund a struggling record label, Unison, run by a childhood friend. Signings include UK indie group Baby Bird. He is also a frenzied collector who has spent many millions on jewelry and 70 valuable guitars. This collection of instruments wowed even rocker Keith Richards, who once raved in an interview that some date back to the 15th century. The papers claim he also boasts an art collection of more than 200 pieces by great artists such as Andy Warhol, Gustav Klimt, Jean-Michel Basquiat, and Amedeo Modigliani. So this is very bad news for Johnny Depp. And for someone to have had a fortune of £300 million, which at one time would be $450 million, is astounding, but just goes to show you that in this day and age of very high price tagged items, you can buy yachts and homes and art and guitars and things that are very expensive and go through a very lot of money in a very short time. So Johnny Depp is saying his advisors didn't take good care of him and mismanaged the money, and they're saying, no, your crazy spending habits are what caused this. It sounds to me like his advisors are going to win this one, although in the past, many Hollywood celebrities have been taken advantage of and have had their fortunes mismanaged. In this case, it sounds like Johnny's spending is pretty much doing it to himself. His overspending is on a lot of things like homes and things that may keep their value or may be not keeping their value. If we are, in fact, close to a bubble here, they could decline a lot in value. But he does have assets that can be sold and can raise capital for him, which is the good news, because a lot of celebrities just buy depreciating assets, like a lot of cars or jewelry or things like that, that they can't even get any real value back from or much real value back from. So this is good news that he's got some assets that he can sell, but he's got to do that quickly to pay off his managers and stop this lawsuit. So an interesting case. I think we're going to see more of this in the news, and Johnny's got to pull back on his spending before he goes through his entire fortune. It just goes to show you that anyone can spend through a fortune no matter how much they have. If they have bad habits, if they buy things that are depreciating assets, if they spend foolishly, even a fortune can go away. An important lesson for us all to learn here. If you haven't yet subscribed to the podcast and left a review for me, please do so. Go on over to iTunes or Stitcher Radio and leave a review. Also, if you haven't picked up my 11 quick financial tips to boost your wealth, go to lindapjones.com and pick up my 11 quick things, simple things you can do to get your net worth moving in the right direction. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.